Falkhurst by the mod author Shoutout is a small village in Falkreath near Angie's camp. In my opinion, it is one of the great town mods that adds so much to Falkreath and to the game. To find the village from Pine Watch, take the mountain path. As you climb the Jaral Mountains, you will pass Ancestor Glade. Keep climbing, go east and you will find Falkhurst. Now, the town consists of 3 structures. You have an area on a hill with a shrine of Kithareth. We meet a former member of a warrior group called the Band of Cain, whose leader saw a hawk that led him to a shrine of Cain. And we explore this interesting story in one of the quests that starts here. As we enter the town, we find a home that belongs to Helrun, who grew up here at Falkhurst. Her parents passed a few years ago and she works at the Hall of the Dead. She worries about how Falkhurst is a crumbling backwater and fears for its existence. Nevertheless, she will always live here and nowhere else. Then we have a Shrine of Talos, which is fitting as the legendary Tiber Septim was in the area back in the Second Era. We will learn about Hjalti Earlybeard's exploits in a quest. Here we have an inn called Hangman Inn. It is a small inn with 2 beds run by brothers Gamrick and Gamrath. They will talk to you about Falkhurst and also discuss the peculiar name of the inn. Downstairs we find an apothecary called Cleverman's Cauldron, owned by Aberlin Foxhide. He will enthrall you with the history of Falkhurst and Falkreath if you work for him. Next door is the Hall of the Dead, where we meet Wendella, who tends to the dead and will tell you about the stories of the legendary Band of Cain, if you work for her. The mod also adds 2 more NPCs near the city of Falkreath. These NPCs reside in Ice Blue Den, a skooma manufacturing hub. Say hello to Carcass and Imirenvi. You can work with them and get rich, or you can betray them. This mod introduces 4 unique quests, 3 located at Falkhurst and 1 at the Skooma Den. These are far from the standard miscellaneous tasks found in typical Skyrim villages. Instead, you will find well-written NPCs and complex narratives featuring meaningful choices and branching paths too. As you progress, you will uncover the rich history of Falkreath, learning about the legendary figures from the First and Second Eras such as King Culhane and Hjalti Earlybeard, as well as groups like the Cult of Emperor Zero and the leader of a Second Era Orc clan, Yashnagro Yagzu. The 4 quests introduced are noted for their high quality, featuring meaningful choices and alternate branches, as observed in the Ice Blue Den quest. The Band of Cain quest has an engaging story with an ending left to the interpretation of the player, while other quests use Elder Scrolls lore from the First and Second Eras to create stories about Falkhurst. Be sure to watch my 2-part video series on Falkhurst, where I deep dive into the quest design, lore and writing of the mod. Finally, my review. Falkhurst is a small village with few NPCs, but in my opinion, the mod adds incredible depth to Falkreath. I did not know that Falkreath area had so much history. And sadly, Bethesda never bothered to explore said lore in their Falkreath city quests. Every NPC here has a unique personality and they have a lot to say. The quest design is fantastic, with some of them offering branching paths for excellent replayability. What impressed me most about the mod was how Shoutout masterfully integrated the lore of Falkreath from the First and Second Eras right into the fabric of Falkhurst. The storytelling is simply remarkable, blending building design with compelling narratives and Elder Scrolls lore. A perfect example of this is the massive stone head under the bridge, which possesses a fascinating backstory tied to the most critical chapter of Falkhurst's history. Falkhurst is a small village with few NPCs, but holy cow, this mod adds incredible depth to Falkreath. I would totally recommend installing this mod in your load order. Your character can start at Falkhurst at level 1 and work on the quests while developing his or her skills. Huge congratulations and my sincerest thanks to Schlitzor for creating this mod. If you have tested the mod and played the quests, do share your thoughts on Falkhurst. If you have not, will you add this mod to your load order? Please write in the comments below. If you are still here, I appreciate you. Thank you all for watching. May the Divine's guard and keep you.